Hey guys, welcome back to ItsRJTV. Today we're going to cover two clubs because they're so similar in what they do. First we're going to go over the woods, then we're going to go over the long irons. Right off the bat, just like last time, I'm not like everyone else on the internet who's going to tell you what each club does when it's completely maxed out. We are beginners and intermediate players who watch this channel, just trying to learn something here or there. So basically we're hanging out anywhere between Tour 1 and Tour 5. So these are the clubs we're going to be focusing on, and this is approximately how many level ups you should have on each card. Number one, we're going to be talking about the level 3 Horizon. It's a level 3 because it's an epic card. The Viper is level 8, and that's because it's a common card. The Big Dog, level 5, because it's a rare card. The Hammerhead is a level 2 because it's an epic card gained later on. I believe it's Tour 4 or whatever. And the Guardian, level 2, because it's a rare card. I'm going to just go down the list here real quick with you guys. I'm going to rate each golf club on each of the statistics that follow through. First, we'll go with power. The most powerful club is the Big Dog. It'll go 177 yards. Number 2 is the Horizon at 173. Number 3 is the Guardian at 171, and then we have a tie for last place at 170. I say last place, but you know what? We're only talking 7 yards here, so not really that big of a deal. Accuracy. Accuracy, as you guys know, I've said with drivers. I'm going to say it again with both long irons and woods. I don't completely get accuracy because I don't have a problem with accuracy when I use a club with low accuracy. So, the most accurate club is the Guardian, coming in at a rating of 66. Basically a wash is number 2, the Hammerhead, coming in at 65. The Viper at 56. The Big Dog, a club I've used quite often, comes in at 25. And then the Horizon comes in at a lowly 12. I've never used a club with a 12, so that might quite possibly not be good accuracy. I'm not 100% sure on that. Moving along to top speed. Top spin is going to aid your power. And the top 2 clubs in power are also your top 2 clubs in top spin, just reverse. The Horizon comes in ranked 74, the Big Dog at 67, the Hammerhead at 45, the Viper at 29, and the Guardian at 18. Next we go to backspin, a very important characteristic to have when you're doing the shootout. The Guardian has a backspin of 82, the Viper 51, the Big Dog 38, the Hammerhead 31, and the Horizon 11. Next we'll cover the curl. Very important also for the shootouts, but also on the course, is sometimes there's bends or obstacles you need to get around. And also, same thing for the shootout. You might have fairway to the right of the hole, and that's about the only spot you can land the ball, so you're going to want to curl it in towards the hole. The Big Dog is the Big Dog on this one with a ranking of 77. The Hammerhead comes in second, 65. The Horizon comes in third with 58. The Viper is at 51, and rounding up is the Guardian at 31. And then finally we have the all-important ball guide. Important for both, but more so important during the shootout because, again, you want to get right next to the hole. We have a tie for first place between the Viper and the Hammerhead, both at 3.2. The Horizon comes in at 3.1, and the Guardian comes in at 3.0. So all 4 of those are pretty much a wash. And then we have the Big Dog coming in at 2.3. Now, what does all this mean? Well, let me flip to the page of my notes. We're going to figure out which club is the best club by process of elimination, considering everything. We're going to consider using these clubs regularly on the course and also for the shootout. When it comes to power, again, I mentioned there is only a 7-yard difference between the top power club and the weakest 2 clubs. So power is not going to eliminate any clubs. Next we go to accuracy. Accuracy I'm a little bit wishy-washy on because, like I said, I used the Guardian and I used the Big Dog, and I really didn't notice a difference in accuracy despite the Guardian having more than twice the accuracy as the Big Dog. Both balls landed right where I aimed them whenever I'd hit a perfect shot or a great shot, and I was really happy with it. So the only problem is the horizon's coming in at a lowly number 12, so that's enough to raise an eyebrow, but I'm not going to eliminate the horizon over that. Top spin, you know, top spin adds the power, and you know, that's really all I ever see it for. So top spin isn't a huge deal. Yes, it is very nice to have top spin because it does add the power, but it's not enough. I mean, a Guardian coming in at 18 is kind of low. Even the Viper coming in at 29 is kind of low. I've been burned. I use the Viper right now. But I will tell you, I switched clubs. I am switching clubs. No, I'm not switching clubs on the woods, but on the irons I am switching clubs, and we'll get to that next. But 29, I wish the Viper had a little bit more here. So anyway, I'm not eliminating anyone on top spin. I already said that. Now we go to backspin. Backspin, I am going to eliminate a club from contention here, and it is the Horizon. I'm taking the fact that it only has a 12 for accuracy and an 11 for backspin, and putting those two together, this is going to be my least favorite club. Sure, it's good at a few other things like distance. However, you ain't got what I need when it comes to trying to win a game here. So yeah, I'm gonna say that's probably the worst club by far on here, in my opinion, in my educated opinion, through the stats that I have put together here. And I'm going to eliminate one more card. I would not eliminate this card if it wasn't for the shootout, because I don't think ball guides are all that important on woods, unless we're talking about a shootout where you need to get the ball closest to the hole to win. And with the Big Dog only having a 2.3 and everything else being 3 to 3.2, that's just too big of a cutout for me. So the Big Dog, I'm sorry, you're a very powerful monster of a club. You've treated me well, but I believe there are 3 clubs better than you. Now what I'd like to do is get down to the number 1 and number 2 club, and enable to do something like that, I got to eliminate a 3rd club. And the process of elimination that I use, since every single category is used on these clubs because they're dual purpose, I went back and I saw that the Guardian scores either last or second last of 4 of these 6 categories. So that was fairly easy to decide against the Horizon. Again, some people are going to moan and complain. We are talking about a level 4 Guardian, and it just couldn't stand up against a level 2 Hammerhead and a level 8 Viper. And those are our final 2. So let's get the comparison going and see which one comes out on top. For power, they're actually tied. What a surprise. They both can hit the ball 170 yards. Now, let's jump ahead. I'm not going to go in order. Let's jump ahead here and go to top spin, because that adds the power. The Hammerhead has 45, the Viper has 29, so I got to give the tip of the hat to the Hammerhead there, because that'll definitely come in handy. Accuracy is a wash. The Hammerhead's at 65, the Viper is at 56, less than 10 points. And again, you know, the Big Dog at 25, the accuracy was perfectly fine in my opinion on that one, so I don't see the accuracy coming into play there. Curl, once again, the Hammerhead beats out the Viper, 65 to 51, not a huge win. And then let's see, will this be the deciding factor? The ball guide. No, it won't, because both of them are tied for the best at 3.2. So I've got to barely give the edge to the Hammerhead over the Viper, simply because of the distance. And the curl also plays a small part in that. But if your Viper is the card that you've been working on and you're happy with it, you have an excellent card. Sure, there might be one that's slightly better for you, but also taste comes in, this as well. There may be a certain card that, the Horizon, for example, could be used on Tour 8, 9, 10. I don't know. Maybe someone just learned the Horizon inside and out and absolutely loves it and, knows exactly how to place it. But for us beginners and, intermediate people trying to get our clubs to help us become better players, I'm going to give the tip of the hat to the Hammerhead, and the Viper comes in very, very close behind. Now, let's jump ahead and compare the irons. The long irons, that is. For long irons, I'm going to be comparing the Epic Level 4 Grim Reaper, the Common Level 8 Backbone, the Rare Level 5 Goliath, the Common Level 7 Saturn, and the Level 1 Epic B52. Let's go over the stats on these, and I'll go through all the numbers and what they mean, and we'll go through another process of elimination. For power, by far, the best club for power is the Goliath at 135 yards. Now again, guys, haters, or whoever you may be that you want to leave me nasty things in the comments, keep in mind, when I say the Goliath is the most powerful club, I'm talking about the level 5 Goliath. These are the cards that you should have if you're a beginner or an intermediate, somewhere around here. Maybe you're level 6 Goliath, maybe you're level 3 or 4 Goliath. Maybe you got lucky and your B-52's up to level 3. I don't know, but I'm comparing a level 1 B-52, and everything that I just mentioned. I'm not going to go over them again because I don't want to ramble. So yes, the Goliath comes in at 135 yards. The B-52 comes in second at 127. The Backbone comes in at third at 123. The Saturn in fourth at 120. And the Grim Reaper rounds it up at 115. That's quite a jump there, 20 yards from first place to last place. Let's move along to my least favorite category, accuracy. The Backbone, the most accurate club, coming in at 76. B-52, 73, so that's a wash. The Grim Reaper coming in at 60. The Saturn at 51. And last place, the Goliath at 28. I use the Goliath, 28. I think it's a very accurate club. I like where it lands. I don't understand. I do understand what accuracy is and how it works and everything, but as long as you have good eye-hand coordination, you're in good shape there. Let's go to topspin. Topspin, remember, topspin is going to add to your distance when you are using that power. And actually, I would say this is kind of a surprise, but the Goliath is also a top with the topspin. It's got 90 as a rating for topspin. So when you hit the ball, man, is it going to go. Coming in at second is the Saturn at 48. Third place will be the Backbone at 39. The Grim Reaper comes in at 12. And with no backspin whatsoever, the level 1 B-52. I'm sorry, topspin. That was all topspin. Now we're going to talk about backspin. Coming in first place for backspin is the Saturn, which this is very important, especially for the shootout, but also when you're trying to get the shot. Maybe you want to chip in with your long iron. It's not common, but it's definitely possible, when you're just playing the regular game. So 71 for the Saturn, 70 for the Grim Reaper, so that's a wash. 1 point isn't really much. The Backbones coming in with a 56 rating, the Goliath with a 47, and last we have the B-52 with 25. Second last category is curl. The Grim Reaper has great curl at 72. There's a tie for second place between Goliath and Saturn at 65. The Backbone is second last at 41, and the B-52 has 25. And last we have the Ball Guide. Coming in at number 1, top Ball Guide, B-52, 3.6. Second place tie between the Backbone and the Saturn, 3.4. Goliath, I'm sorry about that. I love recording on my front porch. It's like 90-some degrees here in Cleveland, Ohio. So we're going to have motorcycles, lawnmowers, kids, crying babies, barking dogs, neighbors yelling, you name it, it's going to happen. Where was I? Okay, well the Saturn was 3.4, the Backbone was 3.4, the Goliath is coming in at 2.9, and the Grim Reaper at 2.8 for the ball guide. So guys, what does all this mean? We're going to go into the process of elimination for the long irons. Power. Yes, we are going to eliminate a card based on power simply because there is a 20-yard difference between the Grim Reaper and the Goliath. That the Grim Reaper just seems really weak for something that is called a long iron. So Grim Reaper, I'm sorry, hit the road, Jack. Now, again, I have used the Goliath. I'm currently using the Goliath now. I am switching away from the Goliath, but this isn't the reason why. The Goliath has the worst accuracy at 28, and again, I don't have a problem with accuracy, so I don't understand. I'm not eliminating anything based on accuracy. Now we have top spin, back spin, and curl. All eliminated, all because the same club comes in last place for all three of these, and this is the B52. The B52 has 0 top spin, 25 back spin, 25 curl. Adding those three together is a glaring stark weakness for this particular card, and this is why I am eliminating it. Again, guys, no hate. The B52 is a great club once you upgrade it, but getting cards for it is not easy, especially for beginners and intermediates who are playing tours 1 through 5. Now, we have eliminated 2 clubs. We need to have a little playoff bracket for our top 2 clubs. So we have to eliminate 1 more club. So we are going to eliminate the Goliath. The Goliath came in, what is it? I'm sorry, I should have had this written out. The Goliath came in first place and tied for second place in 3 out of the last 6. I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. In the last 6, I'm in the middle of recording. Of course I let them out. In the last 6 categories. However, in the other categories it rates pretty low. The ball guide is only 2.9. The back spin is 47, and we had to eliminate 1, so that's why we eliminated the Goliath. And again, we're eliminating it at the level that we're at. So what does that do? That pits the Backbone against the Saturn. Which one is the top club? Are they going to be neck and neck like the last 2 clubs? Let's find out. I already got the mail. It's on the table.
Oh no, I said did you let Aki out?
Yeah, I let Aki out.
So he was running around the living room? You meant to do that?
No, he broke out then.
He was running around the living room. He jumped on the table trying to...
Alyssa, you might as well say hi to my audience. No, thank you. Okay, go away. I'm recording. People don't want to hear this.
Oh, whatever.
That's my beautiful 20-year-old daughter, and I'm going live. So when you go live, things like this are going to happen. Okay, sorry for chewing up some of your time. We're going to wrap this up now with comparing the Backbone and the Saturn. So in power, the Backbone goes a little bit further, 123 yards to 120. That's a very small edge. Accuracy, the Backbone has 76, the Saturn has 51. Again, accuracy is not really a big deal. The ball's going to go where you point it. You know, unless you're having some trouble with the hand-eye coordination, not really a big deal. Top spin, this is going to add to distance. The Saturn has 48, the Backbone has 39. That's less than 9. However, with the power, the Backbone being 3 yards further, I think that washes power out. So that would pretty much be a tie. So now let's just start over again, because accuracy isn't a big deal, and power and top spin make them just about even in terms of how far each can go. And now we have a sweep. The Saturn sweeps the Backbone for backspin. Saturn 71, ranked number 1 among all clubs. Backbone 56. Curl, Saturn 65, Backbone 41. And finally, also top of the list, Saturn 3.6, Backbone 3.4. So I wouldn't say that we barely have a winner in the Saturn. I would say that the Saturn took it, but it's not like it's a blowout either. So if you've been using the Backbone, that is still an excellent club to have, and I would continue using it if that was the club that I've been upgrading all along. And it's certainly cheaper to upgrade. And another fun fact is, I believe they are both common cards. However, if I'm also correct on this, because it's a common card, they're cheaper to upgrade. The cards are going to come by a lot quicker. But I believe the Backbone will be a little bit cheaper to upgrade, but I'm not 100% sure. I think I just kind of noticed that. Before I end this recording, if you guys are watching the golf game, it won't make a difference. I'm sorry for wasting your time. Yes, the Saturn is a common card, but it does seem like it's more expensive. And yes, I am upgrading to the Saturn because I like the stats of the Saturn. But I am upgrading from the Goliath. I'm deciding to drop the Goliath and go to the Saturn. Now, if you run into me while I'm playing golf, you're going to see me using the Goliath if you're watching this recording near the time that it comes out. However, in the future, I'm going to be using the Saturn, and then obviously I'm going to be using whatever comes available when we open up more clubs in Tour 6 and 7. Thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. I recorded this earlier. It came out to 45 minutes. I'm looking at my timer now. I'm sitting at around 22 minutes. I want to thank you for subscribing. I've had around 65 subscribers over the past month. That's insane, especially considering I'm a small channel. The Golf Clash community, you guys have just been absolutely amazing to me. I've wanted to celebrate 100 subscribers, but now I'm already coming up on about 140 subscribers. Don't know what to do as far as that goes. If you agree or disagree with anything that I've commented on in here, please leave it in the comments. I am not full of myself. I will admit if I'm wrong. You can see it in the comments. I'll admit it. I'll even make a correction video if that becomes the case. However, I need to be convinced that I'm wrong. You can't just say I'm wrong and I'm like, okay, you're right. Based on the stats, I think everything I just mentioned is solid information. And again, keep in mind, I'm comparing specific levels of the club, and this is geared at people who are playing Tour 1 all the way up to Tour 5. Once you go past Tour 5, this video will really not be too helpful for you because you will be getting better clubs. I'm sorry, Tour 6. Hit that subscribe button if you're watching this and you want to get better at Golf Clash, or if you see any of my other vlogs that I made prior to starting to do Golf Clash videos. I'm not going to be doing Golf Clash the entire time because there's only so much you can say about Golf Clash. However, I will cover every club, and so far we've only covered 3 of them. So we still have wedge, a couple wedges, sand wedge, short iron, and whatever other club I need to. Obviously, I'm not going to be covering the putter. If you're not a subscriber, or if you are a subscriber, hit the bell button and you'll be notified right away. You can improve your golf game a lot quicker than other people who just happen across this on YouTube and Google. Thank you so much. Please give it a thumbs up. Haven't been getting the thumbs up that I'd like to be getting, but I also understand that's going to happen. I like watching YouTube myself, and a lot of times I'm watching it on the PlayStation and I just let it play, and you don't want to grab your controller and hit the button or whatever it might be. But if you do give me a like, I really appreciate it. The comments are amazing. You guys are all amazing. Thank you so much. I'm going to wrap it up because I'm rambling on. I'm going to play some music and let you guys finish watching the golf games. Have a wonderful day.
Something to say. admit I already do. Let's just break it down to you and me uptown, dancing all around till the disco ball pops. But I have to be me, and everyone can see your anger is misplaced. And I'm gonna tell ya, don't hate me 'cause I get attention. Don't turn me into what I'm not. I have to be me 24/7, and I ain't never gonna stop. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no. No, oh, oh, oh. And I ain't never gonna stop. Come on, listen to me. I've tried so many times to tell you this is as good as I can be. Why isn't it enough to be faithful and also be the hit of the party? Let's just break it down to you and me uptown, dancing all around till the disco ball pops.